But the idea was that there was such a vacuum that even a dope like me could have gotten sucked into it, but now it's harder because it's a much more mature market.
Yeah, for sure.
Segments, and there's all these different people feeding the segments. There's different media out there. You don't have to be writing an article. You could be streaming. You could be cosplaying. You could be doing so many other different ways of engaging the community. And I think that, but finding the basic lesson is still there, to find the thing that isn't.
Yeah, I agree.
And go there if you can. If it's compelling to you, and don't just go there because you feel like you have to. Go there because you want to.
I can make money doing this. Maybe, but if you don't love it, if you don't enjoy the process of doing it, then it's going to be drudgery. It's going to be work,
right.
And there's work that pays a lot better than being a magic
player. Right. If you want a drudge job, I mean, get one that'll pay benefits.
Right.
I mean,
Now you said a very important word there.
Yeah.
Editor.
Yeah.
Your editor is not your enemy. Your editor is your friend, and this goes back to the revision.
Friend?
Yeah.
Editor friend?
Your editor understands even better than you do what the publication wants to put out there. So when the editor suggests, hey, and we're not just talking about, your grammar is a little awkward here. But when your editor is talking about structures and points, maybe you've made a secondary point that they want to be the primary. Work with the editor. That they generally know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But also, don't be afraid to argue with them. Don't,
or ask them questions.
Right. This is
why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that's the way to go?
This is the heart of my point. But again, you really have to lose that emotional sort of media-driven, the TV and movie teenage angsty idea about what your writing is.
Yeah.
Your writing isn't, unless you're really a creative writer, your writing isn't about expression of the human condition or the outpouring of your soul. It's a skill. It's a skill, and to some extent an art. But you have to make it into a product. It doesn't exist full form from the first idea. There are a lot of people that talk about the fact that Jack Kerouac took only 3 weeks to write On the Road. It took Jack Kerouac 6 years to publish On the Road. Right. Yeah.
It's not as simple as it seems. Yeah. It never is. And when we say go ahead and ask your editor questions, we don't mean what we mean is ask your editor honest questions. Don't sea lion your editor. Don't say, I just want to engage in an honest discussion about my writing and you hate it. Right? Like it's this is something to really pay a little bit of attention to with your tone with the professionals that are trying to help you. Once you're done writing and you're engaging other members of the community, you are, whether you want to be or not, whether you want to feel like it or not, you want people to read your stuff, you're engaging professionals, or you're engaging readers who may or may not like your stuff, and they're going to critique it and they're going to talk to you about it. You don't have to accept every criticism.
Yes.
But and certainly don't have to accept the stuff that's flat out rude or inappropriate. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the actual well-intended, helpful criticisms that are coming at you, and that, if you start to feel defensive about your writing, then just take a moment, analyze why that might be,
right?
And just make sure that you're being honest with yourself about it, because that's one of the last stages the last piece of advice I'd have, Sheldon. You may have others, but is just to once you let your baby go, it's not yours anymore. Right. It becomes like the whole point of one of the big points of writing is to let others have it. Yeah. You are giving them this gift of your writing. And when they take it, they may say, that's very nice, and I would do this and that and this other thing. And you don't have to incorporate their feedback into your next draft, but you do have to just let them react to it. You have to let them love it or hate it. You and I put episodes, and this is just about writing, of course, it's about any sort of performance or art or anything that you do. You put things out there, you put on the internet. The internet is a cruel, effed up place. And it's going to have people in it that are wonderful and who get it, who get you. And it's also going to have people who, because this is humanity, who just are either they don't get it or they don't want to get it, or their job is literally to try to pull you apart. And learning a little bit about that and learning how to protect yourself, I think, is important.